weeks in, making it free to freeze your credit. That law also extends fraud alerts from 90 days to 1 year.
This is super important. It's all in response to the massive Equifax data breach that happened last year that affected about 150 million people. Michelle Reinen is here with us this morning. She's from the Bureau of Consumer Protection to talk about it. Thanks so much for waking up early and joining us.
Well, thank you for helping us spread the word.
Yeah, so I guess right away, how does this all work?
Well, so consumers have the option of putting a credit freeze on their credit report, and what that really means is they're locking down their credit report from identity thieves, so people can't take out new extensions of credit. They can't get credit cards in someone else's name, and that's one of the best tools that we have to protect against identity theft.
Is it easy to forget? I mean, this has been a year now since we saw this insanely huge data breach that got everybody's attention. Do you find that people are kind of, old news, I forget about that, put it away?
In some ways they are, but there are more data breaches every year, and some are just really small, so it depends how often you're impacted by these. And often it's your credit card number, and it doesn't involve your social security number, but many times it does, and it just depends on whose information has been breached, like which company and what they maintain. So this is really important for everyone to really just think about and take advantage, because most Americans don't lock down their credit reports.
Is it pretty easy to do?
It is. So what this legislation did federally is it said that each of the 3 credit reporting agencies had to develop a website to lock down their credit reports. You can do it by phone or you can do it by mail. So it's really very accessible for everyone to do. And we have information on our website and fact sheets to assist with doing that.
We have those websites up right now, too, in case anybody is interested. You said not a lot of people are doing this. Why, Michelle?
Well, before it made it difficult in the sense that when you put a freeze on, if you want to go buy a boat and need a loan, you're going to
Which we all do.
Yeah.
So we just might not be able to.
You need to thaw your report. I mean, there needs to be this activity. So then there was this time period where you had to wait, and then you had to put the freeze back on, and in Wisconsin it had cost $10 to do that, to put it on originally and then to thaw. Now that will be free. The response times under this legislation have really been minimized as well in putting on these temporary thaws.
How long should you have this freeze on your credit?
Well, you can put it on forever. I mean, it's just whether or not you want to thaw it temporarily. And the other piece of this is that it's called a fraud alert, and if you don't put a freeze on, if you're a victim of identity theft, then you can have a fraud alert, and that alert is something where the businesses get notified you could be a potential victim of identity theft, and they have to take extra steps and measures to notify you so you can be responsive if it's not you taking out that extension of credit.
Yeah, we only have about 15 seconds left, Michelle, but these are also free for minors. It's important for parents to understand that those are vulnerable credit scores as well.
Absolutely. Minors are very vulnerable in that it can be a very long period of time before you know you're a victim. So thank you for pointing that out.
All right.
Thank you.
Michelle, thanks so much for joining us. Really important information there.
Thank you.
All right, your time right now.